In the glittering whirlwind of Hollywood, where spotlights chase shadows and whispers turn into headlines faster than a script rewrite, few stories capture the imagination quite like a high-profile romance that blooms under the most intense circumstances. Ana de Armas and Tom Cruise's relationship was one such tale, a cinematic love story that seemed scripted for the silver screen, born from shared dives into treacherous underwater depths and fueled by mutual admiration. But just as quickly as it surfaced, it submerged back into the private waters of friendship, leaving fans and insiders alike pondering what went wrong. At its core, this breakup wasn't about dramatic betrayals or tabloid-fueled scandals. It was a quiet, mutual realization that sometimes, even the strongest currents can't sustain a forever swim. Ana, the poised Cuban-Spanish actress who's captivated audiences from Blade Runner 2049 to the sultry depths of deep water, took the reins in ending things after 9 months of what sources describe as an electric, undeniable connection. It was her call, they say, sparked by a growing sense of unease as the pace of their bond accelerated beyond what felt comfortable. Picture this, two A-listers, both at peaks in their careers, thrown together not by a chance encounter at a premiere but by the grueling demands of a film set. Their paths crossed during preparations for Deeper, a high-stakes thriller that promised to plunge them into the unknown, literally, with its focus on intense underwater sequences that required months of rigorous training. What started as professional synergy, a respect forged in the pressure cooker of breath-holding exercises and safety briefings, quickly evolved into something far more personal. Tom, the 63-year-old action icon whose career spans decades of death-defying stunts from Mission Impossible's dangling escapades to Top Gun's aerial thrills, found himself utterly enchanted. Insiders paint a picture of Cruise as completely captivated, his eyes lighting up not just at Ana's on-screen prowess but at her off-screen fire, her dedication, her dreams, and the way she carried herself with a blend of vulnerability and steel. For Ana, 37 and riding high on the success of her John Wick spin-off Ballerina, Tom's support was a revelation. He wasn't just a co-star. He was a cheerleader, backing her ambitions with the kind of genuine enthusiasm that made her feel seen in an industry that often reduces women to roles rather than individuals. She relished his company, those stolen moments between takes where conversations flowed as effortlessly as the ocean around them. From those submerged beginnings, their romance bubbled up into the public eye with all the subtlety of a blockbuster trailer. It was February when the first sparks flew visibly, a cozy dinner in London, the kind where candlelight dances on wine glasses and laughter echoes a little too freely for mere colleagues. Paparazzi lenses caught the chemistry, the lingering glances, the way their hands brushed just so. From there, it escalated into a series of envy-inducing escapades. They jetted off to Spain, where sun-drenched beaches and tapas-fueled nights whispered of passion under the Mediterranean sky. Vermont followed, a picturesque retreat into autumn foliage and fireside chats, far from the Hollywood glare. And who could forget David Beckham's 50th birthday bash? Amidst the glamour of celebrities and champagne toasts, Ana and Tom were spotted in their element, arm in arm, exuding that rare couple vibe where the world fades, and it's just you, your partner, and the thrill of the now. Social media buzzed, fans shipped them harder than a fanfic frenzy, and for a while, it felt like the perfect plot twist, the ageless daredevil and the rising ingenue, defying odds and age gaps alike. Yet, beneath the fairy tale facade, cracks began to form, not from external pressures, but from the internal rhythm of two lives accelerating too swiftly. Sources close to Ana reveal that the velocity of it all started to unsettle her. Hollywood romances often burn bright and fast, but this one? It was warp speed. Dates blurred into weekends away, conversations deepened into soul-bearing confessions, and suddenly the future loomed larger than the present. Things were moving fast, one insider confided, and she started to get a little uncomfortable with how fast it was going. It wasn't a lack of affection, far from it. Ana still harbors deep fondness for Tom, appreciating the man behind the myth, his relentless drive, his kindness, the way he makes everyone around him feel like part of an epic adventure. But comfort, that elusive anchor in the storm of fame, demanded a pause. She put the brakes on, not with finality, but with the grace of someone who knows when to surface for air. The decision to part ways happened quietly, several weeks before the news trickled out, a testament to their maturity. No messy public spats, no leaked texts, just a conversation, perhaps over coffee in some nondescript LA cafe, where they acknowledged the magic while honoring the mismatch in timing. They're done for now, but the embers of that connection linger, warm and possible. They want to remain friends, the source emphasized, but she needed to take a step back. There's talk of a reunion, not as lovers perhaps, but as collaborators, allies in a town that thrives on alliances. That undeniable chemistry? It's not extinguished, it's banked, waiting for the right script to reignite it. And in a genre like theirs, where sequels are king, who's to say this isn't just intermission? The aftermath has been bittersweet for Anna, a cocktail of disappointment and determination. She's been in a funk, as one confidant put it, the kind that settles in when expectations crash against reality. This year was supposed to be her breakthrough, Ballerina hitting screens, deeper diving into production, and personally, a partnership that felt like destiny. Instead, the film's delay, tangled in scheduling snarls and creative tweaks, compounded the heartbreak. Underwater epics are notoriously tricky. The logistics of filming in submerged sets demand precision, and with the split, the emotional undercurrent shifted. Anna envisioned a year of triumphs, red carpets ablaze with her name, co-star turned soulmate by her side. Now she's navigating the quieter waters of self-reflection, scrolling through memories of Spanish sunsets and Vermont hikes, wondering if the pace was the problem or just a symptom of two hearts beating to slightly different drums. But Anna's no stranger to reinvention. From her early days in Cuban theater to Hollywood's unforgiving gaze, she's built a career on resilience. Remember her pivot from No Time to Die's seductive Paloma to the haunted depths of Blonde? Each role a reinvention, each challenge a stepping stone. This breakup? It's just another scene in her story, poignant, yes, but not defining. She knows it'll get better, that the funk is temporary like a dive hold before the breakthrough. And crucially, the friendship endures. Tom remains in her corner, a text away for advice on auditions or just to share a laugh about set mishaps. In an industry rife with burned bridges, this one's reinforced with steel cables. Reflecting broader, this split underscores the delicate dance of modern celebrity romance. Tom Cruise,